Coming to you live from Langston's bed, this is Mama Platt of the Platt Brat clan, aka Telly, and I am here today with a back to school video. Before we begin, I'd like to give credit to the host of this collaboration, Miss Abigail at The Homeschool Hippie. I'll go ahead and leave her channel link down below, and if you'd like to see the other videos in this collaboration, I'll leave a link below for them as well. If you live in the United States, most children down south will begin school in a few short weeks. Everybody else in this nation starts school about September, and we cannot forget about our homeschool and year-round scholars. This year I'm very excited. We have two new beginnings. Langston, who is 2 and will be 3 by the time school starts, is going to be starting pre-K, and he's actually going to be attending the same school that his sister attended last year, so that's awesome. And Puddin, who is going to middle school, is embarking on a brand new journey. Luckily, she's going to school with some of the kids that she attended with last year, so she won't exactly be alone, but of course middle school is a completely different ball game than elementary school. So I have a 3-year-old pre-K student and an 11-year-old 6th grader. In the past, I have considered homeschooling, but I know myself. I am not a very patient person, let's be honest, and I don't think that would work for me, although I do give many kudos, take my hat off 1,000 times to those that do homeschool. I believe that homeschooling allows you the opportunity to do a lot more, teach your kids a lot more rather than just the basics. A lot of people think that kids in the American school system are taught to take tests, which I can agree to a certain extent. Whereas if you have the option to homeschool or go to a Montessori school or even a private school, the curriculum is a little bit different and it can actually engage the children in a little bit more than the standard curriculum nationwide. Lariah has attended a charter school. We did enjoy the charter school. She attended for the, I want to say the 1st and 2nd grades, and she did really well there. That was when they first introduced Common Core. Now, I have nothing against Common Core. My only issue with that at the time was that they were teaching the kids these methods in school, and as a parent, I had never learned that way. I didn't know how to do math like that. I didn't understand how to do the math or the multiplication in the box or the division in the box. And although they were teaching our children these things in school, they weren't really sending a lot of materials home. So when it came time for homework, it became a struggle because my daughter, who was still learning, was trying to show me one way that I didn't understand, and I wanted her to do it the traditional way, which she understood, but she kept correcting me and telling me, "Mom, that's not how we do it in school." As a parent, I'm very excited this year, to have 2 kids in school. I finally get a little bit of a break. I won't have Langston home all day, and I think he's going to do very well. Being a stay-at-home mom, Langston spends a lot of his time at home, and we do certain activities at home, but not as in-depth as it would be in school. So I'm very excited to see how he grows and how he learns and what he learns. As far as Puddin will be attending a... what is it called? Puddin will be attending a school that's geared towards college prep. It's not a private school per se. It is a school that she had to apply to. She did have to write an essay, and she had to be accepted in order to attend this school. So we were really excited when we got her acceptance letter back. This is a program that New Jersey has started a few years ago, and I'm really excited to see what she does and how she learns, especially now because being that she's in middle school, they're not going to be in the same classroom every day. In middle school up north, instead of being in the same classroom every day, the student is responsible for getting their stuff out of their locker and transferring classes and going back and forth, kind of like in high school. So it's a lot more responsibility for her, and I'm curious to see how well she'll do. I really think that this will push her to concentrate and be a little bit more accountable for her belongings and for her academics. And of course, I'm here to support her in any way I can. As far as Langston, I know Langston is going to be very excited to be around other kids his age, to have a chance to run around and play. He's very interested in learning new things. So I know with the colors and the numbers and the playful education. You know, they play to learn. I know Langston will be very excited about that. Just the whole putting on a uniform and getting up every day and going to a classroom. You know, I don't think Langston will be one of the ones that cries when I leave. I think he's gonna, bye mom. And that's absolutely fine with me. That's how Lariah was when she started school. And when she started school, she did very well. So I think the kids are looking forward to a lot. I know Lariah is looking forward to spending time with her friends because, again, she is going to school with some of the kids that she attended school with last year. But I know she's very excited about the new curriculum, being a middle schooler, in a new school, in a new environment. Now, when it comes to buying back to school supplies, I usually, for the most part, don't have to worry about that. Shout out to grandparents on both sides. My mother and my mother-in-law usually get the majority of the kids' school supplies, so it takes a little bit of that burden off of me. But when I do go school supply shopping, I love to go to Walmart whenever they have their back to school sale. Most of the stuff is 50% off. Pencils, notebooks, crayons, all of that stuff. You can get each individual item usually for $2 or less. I don't have to buy all of their school supplies at once. Again, the grandparents do help with a lot of that stuff. But this year, Lariah actually has quite a few leftovers from last school year. We have over 40 pencils still, brand new, never sharpened. She also had quite a few notebooks that were barely used. So if you watched my last cleaning video, you saw me ripping out some of the pages in those books. So those notebooks can be used again. The folders can be used again. When it comes to buying school supplies, I'm not even gonna lie, I take on both sides. I do like to splurge a little bit on certain items, but at the same time, I do like to get my dollar's worth or my money's worth when it comes to. So of course I will look for the sale items, but I might splurge on like one or two things, like a notebook, you know, spend $5 on a notebook because of the design or the cover or folder, or backpacks. Backpacks is definitely where we splurge. This is Lariah's backpack from last year. It says I can do anything. She also had the matching lunchbox to go with it. This backpack was purchased from Blended Designs. You can find them on Instagram. I'm pretty sure they have a Facebook. They have tons of different designs with children who look like children of color, which is something that we don't see all the time. Usually it's the animated stuff, the cartoons, whatever movie is a big hit. When we went to the store today, we saw a lot of stuff for Toy Story and Marvel, Avengers, and Spider-Man and things like that. But to have, you know, backpacks with children of color, that's a really big deal. Representation does matter. 3 school supplies that we could not live without. Number 1 would definitely be loose leaf paper. When my daughter is doing math homework, she goes through paper by the pound. She also likes to draw and doodle, so she runs through paper really, really quickly. The second thing, which is more for me than the kids, I absolutely love markers, crayons, and colored pencils. Anything that you can create art with. I feel like those are really fundamental tools for kids to explore their imagination, and you're always going to need them for projects. We like to be creative in this house. Puddin' is very creative herself. She loves to draw. And Langston, who is just getting into the habit of holding a pencil, a pen, or a crayon or marker, he likes to draw too. If you watched our water doodle video, you'll see that that item has become one of his favorite toys. Langston plays with that thing all day, every day, until the water runs out of the marker. A positive affirmation that I would give to my kids going forward this school year is to be yourself. Be yourself, especially for Puddin'. Starting middle school, I know we send our kids to school to get an education, but at this point in her life, social is really important to Puddin'. She really cares about her friends, what her friends think, what everybody else is doing. And I really want her to remember that above all and everything else, be yourself. And when you're being yourself, apply yourself. Just be the best you that you can be. That doesn't mean that you have to be perfect, but as long as you put forth your full effort all the time, and that's in academics, that's in making friends, that's in doing social clubs, sports, or whatever the case may be, you know, just be yourself and let yourself shine. There's only one you, and you are the best you that you can be. As far as Langston, go for it, kid. We have not exactly gone school supply shopping. As you saw throughout the video, I did stop and look at a couple of things today just to get a gauge on where the prices are right now. I did mention that we have some leftover school supplies, so I'll just show you what we have. And in this handy dandy backpack, Puddin has her binder. This binder actually has a handle and a shoulder strap. Inside of this binder, I placed everything that can be reused from last year. We have a notebook, it says Dream, a recycled notebook that was barely used, and we have an assortment of folders. In this folder, it's kind of like hologrammy if you can see, and this folder were two of the folders that I actually splurged on. I didn't mind spending the extra cash because, I mean, come on, that's cute. Now that we're approaching the school year, I want to wish everybody luck. For kids in public school, I wish you good luck. I wish you nothing but success. For our homeschool students, shout out to the moms that take the time out of their daily life to enrich their children. Again, many, many hats off to you. Many, many kudos. That takes a lot. Being a stay-at-home mom takes a lot. To do that and to educate your child at the same time, I have no idea where you get the strength or the patience from, because I don't have it, but credit to you for that. Again, if you enjoyed this video, there are more videos in this collaboration. The link is down below. And again, shout out to Miss Abigail with the Homeschool Hippie. You can also click her link below to see her channel and more about homeschooling. Abigail is a homeschool mom. Again, the Homeschool Hippie. So that kind of gives you an idea about the content on her channel. But until next time, you guys.